surrounded by green and the lake, the wind, birds. I am in my inner winter. Today is day 2 of my cycle, and this is the fourth or fifth month that I have dedicated my bleeding time to self-care. I have taken as much time off of responsibilities as possible. For me, it's the first 3 days of my cycle that I feel it really serves. And I'm using this time to literally just flow, figuratively and physically speaking, and connect. It has gifted me with so much health, like actually reversed health symptoms that I was experiencing, aches in my body, and I'm just looking at this beautiful dragonfly. Aches in my body that feel like a flu is coming on. Sometimes like fogginess, just all these different symptoms. I'm not super connected to it right now as I'm walking here, so but me actually taking time and slowing down when it is time to slow down during my inner winter bleeding time has absolutely shifted the way that I live my life as a woman, and deepened my love and acceptance and understanding of myself and the different wildly beautiful and vast aspects of me that we all possess, and literally has just hugely acknowledged in myself that I am not crazy, that these experiences that are so incredibly universal as women specifically are cyclical, are rhythmic, are natural seasons. So creating spaciousness in my schedule has completely changed my life in this realm. Look. So good. I want to talk about how grateful I am for YouTube and the internet. Just how grateful I am that people make the effort, follow their inspiration, make videos, and share with other people. And for me personally, the most value that I get from places like YouTube is how to, like I follow a lot of horsemanship, I follow slow living vlogs and content that's really geared towards presence, and that is aligned with my truest inner values. And when I watch other people's inspired content from that place, it has a hugely beneficial impact on me. Sometimes I do get sucked into the rabbit hole though, and the algorithms and I get played like a gambler does. And that is when I watch too much, too long of a stint at one time, and my brain is overloaded with content and images and input, stimuli. And so I really believe that, our involvement with social and online platforms can be really beneficial and helpful when it is used in a way that enhances and affirms our own inner strong values. But when it's overused and we're out of touch with the effect that it has on our nervous system and the actual stress and kind of like crack cocaine like hit that it can give our brains, sometimes when we're out of touch with that, it can be very destructive. And so, my personal journey with the online world, with social media, and YouTube is like, I have simplified. Like, I don't really browse on Instagram or Facebook, or I don't have TikTok on my phone, because that immediately, as soon as I put it on my phone, when I got sucked in a couple of times, I was like, oh my God, this is like literally like a hit of cocaine or something that I just cannot like pull myself away from. And Instagram has a very similar effect on me, but maybe Instagram is your jam, so for me, I found that like choosing the platform that I get the most value from and sticking to that and simplifying into just one or two has been really beneficial. And then when I do go and I surf on them, I go in with an intention of like, okay, what am I seeking before I surf? This doesn't happen all the time, but like with YouTube, it's easier because I actually make a choice to go on there to like learn something, or see a new video from someone I really like following. And ideally, and what I want to get in touch with now and practice more now, is that I put on a timer, 30 minutes or an hour, and like stick to that. Because when I do have stints that are within the time frame that my nervous system and brain can actually process, then it feels positive. And when I go above that, it feels non-beneficial. So my gratitude goes out there to all the people that do share, and I would love to kind of bridge that for myself, that I can serve and share, my own teachings and experiences, if it's of any value to you, and put it out there, without that feeling of like contrast or limitation around like, well, but I'm just like adding to the content wheel or whatnot. So yeah, it just feels good to sit here at the lake and come into alignment and like a better feeling place around you know, online and the online world. It's not going anywhere. So I believe for myself, I want to integrate it in a way that's helpful, and be diligent in the tool that I use, because that's really what it is. It's a tool. So I don't want to be its tool, but I sure want it to be mine. So thanks for listening, and appreciate your hearing, and maybe you got something from this, and that'd be cool. Another thing I feel I would like to integrate is, you know, something about vlogging and one's life and blogging about one's life. There's something wonderful about sharing, you know. My very first time that I traveled by myself, I was 18 or 19, and I went to Hawaii. It was my very first solo adventure across the ocean. And I thought, man, going to that beautiful place, in short, I thought I would just find my bliss. I would find heaven on earth for myself. I'd be happy. And I got there, and I had a moment at the beach in Hilo, and I thought, man, it's so beautiful here, and like, it's been an incredible journey, and I wish I had someone I love to share with. And I realized how important it is to share special moments in life with people we love. Now, I don't know most of you, but I do feel kindredness and connection with humanity, because we are sharing life on earth, and it has many, many, many relatable similarities in all of our human experience. We all feel the same emotions, just wrapped up in different circumstances and through unique, beautiful bodies and personalities. And one of the negatives of vlogging and kind of like getting caught in the technological realm is to not be fully present with what actually is. Because there's always that thing of like, oh, I should capture this. And that is not actually that beautiful or present at all. The most beautiful moments, I think, in life are sometimes the ones that just are not captured, and they don't need to be. And so I would love to integrate, just like with anything, there's a season and a time for everything. There's a time for capturing this, for example, this beautiful walk in the woods by the lake in my inner winter. And not every walk needs to be captured, nor should it. But it's nice to sometimes. So thank you for joining me on this vlog forest journey. What really is ringing is the chapter in A Course in Miracles, if you are familiar, called A Quiet Path in Summer. It speaks of ease, and that we are carried by life, by God, and that we don't really actually need to try all that hard. And we can be carried by the current of life, which loves us. And that's kind of what this feels like for me right now. It's just easeful, peaceful, deeply connective, and also very inspirational, because I do feel inspired to share this with you. For me to actually feel, oh, check that out, how the light is coming through. Sometimes twigs will just fall and make all this noise. It's like, it's such a beautiful forest scene. For me to actually be effective in my making of videos and sharing things I actually feel inspired about and passionate about, my content has got to come from a place of inspiration, not, I don't know if you heard it, but the creaking of that tree. Kind of creepy. It can't come from a place of strategy or, I need to post 3 videos a week or even 1 video a week. Like, it comes when it comes. And if God wants me to share once a week, then I'll share once a week. But look at all these holes in this tree. They're everywhere. And that's really, I think, my desire for my relationship with online platforms and making videos on YouTube and sharing them. It's got to be coming from my authentic self in my authentic timing. And I would want that for anyone, I know that, YouTube algorithms and all the algorithms and stuff don't support that kind of, that cadence of video making and such. But, God has a way of reaching the people that need it. So I'm just going to trust in that. And we come up to another stream. This one is beautiful. I'll let you check it out here. And we emerge from the dark into the green light. Ooh. Wow. And the dark forest behind us. The veil between the physical and the ethereal, or the non-physical, is quite thin during inner winter time. And that's why we as women, and tell me if you resonate or not, but can feel a bit like ungrounded, especially right before we start to bleed. And that's actually a beautiful thing. when we can slow down enough to connect to the inner realm, the realm of intuition and connection to energy and God, nature, whatever your source is. My partner and I, we joke around that when I start to cross over into the non-physical realm, he anchors us into the world of the physical while I get to go way up and explore the realms of the celestial. But yeah, I feel like I'm kind of floating and as if I'm like wearing kind of a long white or red crimson dress and just floating through the forest. The innocent and the wise at the same time. Seeing the world anew and feeling connected to it for a long, long, long eternal time. I almost feel like, yeah, like in my inner winter, I just like speak in poetic analogies, and I'm just like, yeah, I speak in metaphors and poetic energy, and everything is connected to some greater, what's the moral in life and so on. It's pretty funny. Not a great time to be dealing with, there's something messing up in the bush over here, making all kinds of noise. What is it? A bird? It's jumping from twig to twig. Yeah, I think I saw something flutter. Not a great time to have to deal with any earthly matters, like too much business stuff or making big decisions or, being in meetings or taking care of kind of taxes or stuff like that. Although I did some of that today, but only for an hour. So it was only for just enough time. Yeah. And that's it, right? It's just like staying resourced, staying, there's a hawk up here. There. Hawk or osprey. I think it's osprey maybe. Staying resourced. And that takes, the tank goes down and then I gotta refill by being still or reading my book on the patio or drinking some juice or sipping some broth, and then it fills up again. And off I am on some quiet path in summer. We get some fresh thimbleberries. We're coming to the end of the walk, and whenever I remember, I always thank the path and nature and the moment. And I hear an answer back. Thank you. And thank you. Thanks for joining me and letting, my inspiration flow through the camera today. Hi, little marmot. You're actually pretty big. So cute. So cute.